Hey everyone, here's another review. Today I will be going over a manga that I say really needs an anime. Why? Well, it's that good with its mystery, Greek myth, and astrology, which are all three of my favorite things. This manga is called Zodiac P.I, and it was written and drawn by Natsumi Ando. So let's get into the review. Zodiac P.I. is a mystery manga series written and drawn by Natsumi Ando, who you may know for Something Wrong With Us, Kitchen Princess, and Orisa. The story is around a 13-year-old extrovert named Lily Hoshizawa, who uses a magic ring called the Star Ring, which has 12 spirits of the zodiac, each one named after Greek myth, or a star in its constellation. As like for Lily, who is secretly a PI, that being for private investigator, she goes by the name Specta, which is a star in the Virgo constellation. She solves murder cases and other cases too, that don't have to be murder. It could be a kidnapping, a missing item that happened to be hidden or there the whole time it to be an own mystery of what happened to her mother, and mixed up with some love between her childhood friend and partner in cases, Hiromi Okaira, who soon becomes her love interest. Now, to me, Zodiac P.I. was an amazing manga. I found out about it because I have all the translation English of Tokyo Mew Mew manga, as it was one of the volumes that was advertised on by Tokopop that caught my eye, and I saw a video of another guy talking about it a year ago. I also was interested in, but I forgot about it until I got the 4-volume manga for Christmas, and I read all the 4 volumes, and it's really good. Like, Lily is really funny character, how she solves cases and gets into arguments with the zodiac spirits. Also, Regulus, you are a pervert! Let Hiromi send you a 1,000,000-year sentence in the Star Ring for looking into a girl's Lily's panties, for example. This happened in that part. But speaking of Hiromi, I really liked his character the most too, especially the parts where he worked it together with Lily on her cases, and how it literally took him to the last volume to find out about the Star Ring in that face he made at Lily when he did, and how he gone crazy in one page until the Aquarius spirit had to hit him in the red and with the crystal to snap him out of it with his scientific state of figuring out what's going on. Like, Hiromi, you're in a manga with magical spirits, a mystery pirate detective named after a star in Virgo that so happens to be your classmate and childhood friend, and you were able to figure that out. Science does not exist in manga that easily, unless it is one of the genres of the manga, to be correct. And like Lily's dad, he's a police officer detective, and he's too couldn't even tell that his own daughter, just by looking at her face, they were close to it in the piano case chapter, but still, she ain't wearing a mask or have glasses like Clark Kent, and he didn't even guess about his own wife being the original Specta in her family history, though to be happy that you have her back in the end, because she's gonna give you a lot of kisses she missed you to give. Yep. Enjoy. And if I had to pick one of the cases in the manga, it's gonna have to be to File 6, Doll of Gemini, When you give two sisters geishas who already one is a geisha and the other learning to be one, and it tells a little bit more on geisha, not just to solve the case, but to every month a geisha would change her hairpin, and how two sisters with an unpleasant customer was killed, not just in defense, but also the other sister tried to help cover it up, the evidence, just to protect her sister had what she had done. The way how Lily used the spirits of each zodiac, I to love the case by asking their horoscopes of the victim or one of the suspects with their birthday. And speaking of the birthdays, it seems the story could be taking place in the 1990s or the early 2000s, judging by Lily's cell phone and some of the birth years of ones that Lily reads to the horoscopes for. Like Hiromi's birth date is January 1st, 1988, and making him a Capricorn too. This manga was really fun to read to me. I would recommend you read Zodiac P.I. if you are into astrology or mystery genres. From the works I saw from Natsumi Ando, and her most recent being Something Wrong With Us, which had ended in July of last year, Natsumi seems to be really good at making romance and mystery manga, even I guess the cooking manga too with Kitchen Princess, though I haven't read the other manga she did besides Zodiac P.I, so I can't really say much about those ones yet. Depends on when I actually get to read them. Zodiac P.I is super funny, but now it's time we get into what all we need to talk about, is why I say Zodiac P.I and what it needs to get more fans into this amazing story that is Zodiac P.I. Now, Zodiac P.I does not have an anime, or at this time when I'm uploading this, maybe it would convince the anime studios to make an adaptation for it. But Zodiac P.I, in my opinion, should have an anime, though there are some reasons why Zodiac P.I has not gotten an anime yet. About 20 years later, according to my calculations, when it first came out on April of 2001. With that being said, it could be that Natsumi Ando didn't want for it to have an anime, which is really a most common case for some manga who don't have animes. And this could be because, as Gintama explains filler, anime and manga can go... You know what I mean. Watch Gintama's video when Gitoki explains it. But for sometimes, if filler are done the right way, they can be a good way, like Sailor Moon of the 1990s fillers. I really liked it, a lot of them too. But with it, the ending in 2003, that means the anime really won't need a filler. So the anime can be made exactly to the source material. But it would be net to at least have one filler episode for the Aries spirit, as she really didn't have her own case, interrupting Pisces and wedding reception of the Pisces. I also think it having an anime will give more people to want to read Zodiac P.I, as for some animes, it gets people to read the manga, or for animes who don't have manga, to have manga created for them. Like Prala Magica Modica. Bet you didn't know that an anime came out first before it did, until I didn't know about that too, until I watched a Watch Mojo video on the topic of what it was mentioned. And also Saint Seiya Omega, by the way. So with that in mind, not only would it be good to see an anime since it's been out for a long time, it would be good to see a sequel series with the continuation of the manga rather than an anime or manga. Seeing maybe where it left off or start a whole new story for Lily and Hiromi's return as the two specters to solve cases and maybe help uncover more lore of Zodiac P.I. As from what Lily had mentioned, her family has been studying astrology for years since the Meiji era of Japan, explained by Lily's dad, who is reading the first one is reading a newspaper. There's a lot that can be explained more in a sequel of Zodiac P.I, like how did her father get the star... I meant her family, how did they get the star ring? How was it created? Who was the first Bacta? Besides names or etc., about these zodiac spirits, how were they created? There is a lot that can be done in a sequel, and I think it's about time for it to have one. It's been 21 years now. But even if this was about to be an anime, I kind of got a little bit carried away with going over a sequel. But also, you know how popular it is getting now, and Natsumi is well known for this manga in particular. Even if it doesn't get an anime or a sequel or a prequel manga, maybe both would be nice to have to continue the story or tell more of its origins in lore. And so this is where I am ending my review on Zodiac P.I. Hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll see you around if you look at my other videos. This is Silverchan, and I'm gonna go 1 million years away to see if it comes true or not, or if it's end of the world over there. Bye. Join the end of the world!